And welcome to another edition of Top Plays of the Week. We're helping out open teammates and checking out your State Farm top assists. Pass those videos over here. Your first pass is from Just Joshing in the rec. Runs from the left side and doubles down on their own alley-oop toss. That block attempt was close. Almost sent the ball into next week's top plays. Sensational teamwork, and I'm not just joshing. They are! Swinging the ball over to B. Ricey in the rec. Catches a lob on the break and sends up another. It's a close game, but hey, a highlight is a highlight. Great way to reward everyone for running hard.
Fans, at this time, direct your attention to center court for the awards ceremony. And Andre Jackson. Number 99. Number 99.
Happy Halloween and welcome to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Nothing scary about this matchup. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter, Allie LaForce. And now the Indiana Pacers starters. Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Isaiah Jackson is out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Halliburton in at the point guard position. And for Milwaukee, we've got Kyle Kuzma. Also, Giannis Antetokounmpo out there. And it's Rain Man in at the two-guard spot. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And in the front end of the back-to-back, what's important?
Well, B.A., most coaches treat this one like a regular game. Try to win. Don't worry about minutes. Tomorrow, they may adjust the rotations a bit.
And so it's Siakam with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
It was a lockdown effort defensively, contesting shots and really protecting the painted area.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit. Getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
Siakam against Antetokounmpo. Siakam, the pass to Mathurin. Nembhard outside. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. And the Bucks with possession. This, their first chance to take a look at Indiana this season.
Even though they had the better roster, they actually lost the season series to this team last year.
Yeah, it was a surprising outcome for me and you. But hey, sometimes matchups can play out a certain way. We'll see how they do tonight.
And here's Indiana now. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Matherin passes to Siakam. Clock at 6. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Here's Rain Man. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And that slam had some power behind it. Matherin is just so much fun to watch.
The shot by Rain Man, no good.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Matherin passes to Halliburton. Again, Indiana.
As fast as lightning, Halliburton gets it and shoots it in a matter of nanoseconds.
Here's Rain Man. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Rain Man's got 6 points.
Yeah, this period, they're letting him go to work, and it's paying off.
Siakam outside. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Matherin passes to Halliburton. And the dunk by Halliburton.
How about Halliburton? This fella going right to the rim, sneak dunking on that attack. Impressive.
Now the Pacers on the move. And there's the lob and the dunk by Jackson.
And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead.
Timeout called, Milwaukee. And you think about the value Andrew Nembhard provides. Clark, he really excels at running the offense.
He's the quintessential point guard.
So it's the Pacers now. They trail by 1. Keldon Johnson out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then there's Victor Oladipo, and it's Rain Man in at the 1. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. And Clark, a big part of Tyrese Halliburton's effectiveness, he is tall for a point guard.
Yeah, and you see that across the league, Brian. More and more teams making sure they get size on the perimeter. I mean, they're looking for length in the backcourt, and if you can find it in your point guard, that's even better. And Tyrese Halliburton, a poster guard for long, elite-level point guards.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Rain Man in their last game against the Nets just played phenomenal. He had 36 points and was locked in from distance. It was impressive. And the entire NBA talking about his performance. It was that special. Can he do it again? We'll see, guys.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Great effort to turn the miss into 2 points.
Yes, sir. Those are the hustle points.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going. He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Siakam, the pass to Jackson. Here's Halliburton. Rebounded by Johnson.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Baseline try. He can't get that one to fall. Halliburton with some nice D. Well, Clark, talking about Benedict Matherin, he's another great young Canadian player.
Yeah, they've got a ton of them coming from north of the border, PA. I mean, Matherin, you got R.J. Barrett, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, at this point, you could probably fill a couple of rosters with high-level players that come from Canada.
Kyle Kuzma, he's checked in for the Bucks. Damian Lillard comes in for Oladipo. Here's Rain Man. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Lillard outside. Here's Rain Man. That one's wide left.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
All right, let's take a quick pause and look at the best shooting teams from last season. In the third spot, the Bucks.
They were so consistent with their shooting. Maybe not lights out, but they played smart and didn't let good looks go to waste.
Off the inbound, Nembhard outside. Kept alive, Jackson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's a 6-point Pacer lead.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
Down low. Here's Siakam. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Siakam's gotten his first bucket of the night. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Bucks. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
They found their rhythm and kept piling it on. And a huge boost of confidence on the road for sure.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Timeout called, the Bucks. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league And so it's Indiana. They
That's the end of the first half with the score, your Bucks.
And we're ready to get this second half of our Halloween broadcast going. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Second half underway. Here's who Rick Carlisle's got on the floor. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Pascal Siakam out there with Benedict Mathurin. And it's Jackson in at the center position, locking down the middle.
Come on. You know, his scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. On the wing, Mathurin. Brown grabs the board.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide-open look, but he can't take advantage.
Here's Rain Man. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
To the middle. Here's Siakam. And then Siakam with the jam.
The defense just can't let Siakam get inside positioning like this because he's looking to dunk it home.
Clark, we hear a lot of talk about Halliburton's supreme court vision. Just how good is it?
I think it's phenomenal, B.A. To be the facilitator that he is, you've got to have an understanding of what you're trying to run, but also a feel for how to get people shots and to adjust on the fly to what the defense is providing. And it's feel as much as it is skill, feeling where defenders are, feeling where your teammates are or might be. And that is a gift. And he's honed that in a way that's made him one of the top dime droppers in the league. You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Pass to Jackson. Nembhard outside. And out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. Looking at the 2K leaderboard. Here were the NBA's top dime droppers last year. The fourth spot held by Tyrese Halliburton.
Not a lot of guys had better vision on the floor than him. He was able to see passing lanes and ready shooters no one else could.
Toppin, he's checked in for Jackson. Here's Rain Man. And again, it's the Bucks missing.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit one from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Now here's Nimhart. He's closely guarded. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. Johnson, he's checked in for Kuzma. Nesmith, he's checked in for Indiana. Toppin outside. No one near him. Yes, on the jumper. Toppin's got his second basket on the night.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Rare turnover for them tonight. They've protected the ball, and they're trying to protect this lead.
Indiana making a switch here. Shepard's. He's checked in for Indiana. Pass to Shepard. McConnell with it.
I got ball.
To the paint. And that time also a missed shot.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Rainman. That three's off the mark.
I can't figure out, guys, what's going on with him this quarter. I mean, he hasn't gotten one shot to drop.
Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Milwaukee shooting their second and third shots at the line here. And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. 29 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. It's his first trip to the line.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
The first free throw is good.
Shooting for Indiana, TJ McConnell at the line for 2.
And he can't hit the second. Here's Rainman. The rebound by Shepard.
Can't get anything to go this period. Seems like he's hit a wall.
Pass to Siakam. Misses from short range. Here's Rainman. Got it off in time. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. Indiana ahead, just dominating this one. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. A chance to get a quick injury report. And let's get an update on Luke Kennard's injury. Allie, any news?
Guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer for the Bucks about his status. It appears to be just a leg cramp. A pretty good outcome given the circumstances. Injuries are obviously never at a good time, but they seem even more frustrating this early in the season, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks. Well, we're all hoping he gets healthy quickly, guys.
Yes, we do. And these trainers are so good at what they do. Hopefully, they'll be able to get him back on the court soon.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Damian Lillard. That is Brown in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Here's Nimhart. Deflected. They retain possession. Here's Halliburton. 6 to shoot. Solid shot from a distance of about 14 feet.
Clearly, Halliburton is hunting his shots. He's not picky and knows exactly how to adjust on the mid-range jump shot.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
Jackson, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Victor Oladipo comes in for Damian Lillard. That free throw misses.
He couldn't get to the line once in the first half. Coach must have really talked to him at the break.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
Staring at this deficit, they're trying to be more aggressive and get themselves to the line.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Pass to Rain Man. Shot from the top of the key. And another miss by Milwaukee.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
And Matherin gets it to go on the assist from Halliburton.
No way Halliburton was going to sleep on that one. I mean, he's too good at reading the defense.
They get it again. Jackson, the pass to Rain Man. The fader. And it comes off the front of the rim.
It's been a challenging quarter for them, and his offensive inconsistency is a driving factor.
Halliburton, no good. The Bucks have gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the fourth. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Here's Rain Man. Offensive rebound. To end the drought. Indiana with a rebound. Halliburton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. On the break. Here's Rain Man. Kicks it out to Jackson. Matherin with a steal. Ooh, poked away. Halliburton outside. Pass to Harden. Here's Furphy from deep. Goes back up. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That'll belong to Kyle Kuzma.
At the line for the Pacers.
No good on that one. Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Here's Rain Man. Oh! What a hammer!
Oh, man! And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Pacers.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And it will be a fight. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Tyrese Halliburton.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Oladipo against McConnell. Over Oladipo. And Indiana misses again. Here's Milwaukee. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Pass to Johnson. Here's Rain Man. And that one's long. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
McConnell, right side. And so Indiana takes this one by a big margin. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned.
Great choice. That's a difference maker.
At center, Cameron.
And the Milwaukee starting five. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Brown in at the 5. And for Philadelphia, Walker out there with Maxey. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Moore in at the 3. For NBA fans, early season games are so entertaining to watch, Grant. What's your favorite part of the early goings?
You know, B.A., take your pick. Rookie development, team chemistry building. Plus, you wait all off season to see how your team measures up. And now we get to find out.
The kick out to Walker. Beyond the arc. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Joel Embiid with the board. Pass to Moore. For 3, Maxey. Good work defensively by Lillard. Here's Rain Man. Rebound by Philadelphia. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Ime Udoka for a minute. We briefly discussed what he wanted his team to do against Damian Lillard, and he said to not let him get going from deep. Once his 3-ball is falling, everything else becomes easier for him, so we have to talk out there on the perimeter. So expect to see a lot of defensive activity near the 3-point line tonight. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Rain Man. After the Sixers picked up a basket a moment ago. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Giannis with the dunk.
Impressive how in sync Giannis is with his squad, enabling them to set up a flashy alley-oop.
Maxey with it. In the game against Cleveland, very impressive. Jones misses.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Rain Man, that's good.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now here's Maxey. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Damian Lillard picks one up.
The thing you love about Maxey is that he always has a smile when he's out there. He's enjoying himself, and he embraces the challenge that the game presents.
That free throw's good from Maxey. And what a breakout 4th year for Tyrese Maxey. Named to his first All-Star game in 2024, Richard.
When the Sixers traded away James Harden, it really opened up things for Maxey. Gave him the ball more responsibility, and you know what? He showed up.
Second free throw, no good. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
And it's the Sixers with the ball. The Bucks getting their last shot to go. Pass to Jones. Tipped. And he lobs it up top. The shot by Brown, no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
Hits a three-pointer. Walker's got 5 now.
Looks like it could be a big night for him. Very strong start here in the first quarter.
Lillard passes to Rain Man. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. Nance, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Johnson comes in for Kuzma. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. To the inside. Here's Moore. Pass to Bona. The steal. Inside. There's the block. And out of bounds, the 76ers will take it. Butler's checked in for Moore.
Substitution.
The Bucks leading by 3. We've got Maxey, Naz Reid out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Walker, and it's Edwards in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face. I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And that one's good.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Oh, they get a hand on it. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, Rain Man in their last game against the Hornets was a big factor. He ended with 15 points, and it wasn't just a great offensive performance for him. He excelled defensively, too. He was a big reason they were able to snap that losing streak, using it as motivation. Guys?
Yeah, spot on, Allie. He was aggressive in that game, really took initiative.
He really made an impact, and he'll be looking to repeat that kind of performance again tonight.
I completely agree. They should go to him early. If he gets hot, I think another big game is coming.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Now here's Maxey. Tight defense on him. Pass to Embiid. No good from outside. Milwaukee leading by 7. Here's Rain Man. 12 points for him. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Jones, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Moore comes in for Maxey. Kyle Kuzma, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Lillard comes in for Oladipo. Now here's Walker. 5 points in the game.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Brown. Here's Rain Man. Lillard outside. Here's Rain Man. Walker covering. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Joel Embiid.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Milwaukee shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight.
And here in the second quarter, he's starting to work himself to the free throw line. That's a good move.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Knocked away. Can they get it? It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one. With an MVP trophy under his belt, Joel Embiid has only become more dominant, RJ.
I think that 2023 MVP increased his confidence. It allowed him to feel like he really was the best player in the world. And I think it motivated him to keep pushing himself. And the results speak for themselves because the stats, they back that up.
Butler's checked in for Edwards. Butler can't get it to go. The Bucks leading by 11. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Here's Moore. The shot comes out. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Here's Milwaukee. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Pass to Lillard. Here's Rain Man. 15 in his last outing. Shot clock at 6. Here's Brown. And yep, it's good. Brown's got his first bucket in this one.
Number 99.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And he's going for the lob. And the dunk by Lillard.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Timeout called, the 76ers. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided.
Your 76ers, 33. The Bucks, 50.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And so it's Walker with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. 17-point game. Next up, they'll face the Hawks in Atlanta, and that starts a 4-game road trip for them. So on the floor for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Damian Lillard, and it's Brown in at the 5, down low. Here's Rain Man, Walker covering. Pass to Rain Man. Oh, nice D from Walker. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Way to go, baby!
76ers trail by 14. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
You gotta love Tyrese Maxey's approach to the game. He said, quote, "I really have a simple life. I have this joy about playing basketball. I like putting in the work, so I'm extremely focused, extremely competitive, and I'm out here having the time of my life. I get to do what I love every single day, and it's a blessing," unquote. Brian, he's such a positive guy.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks for that, Allie. Rain Man, that's good. Rain Man's got 18 points in the game.
And I love the balance for Lillard between scoring and passing. That time finding his teammate for the great look.
Maxey against Lillard. And it's Maxey missing. Milwaukee leading by 14. Here's Rain Man. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Really thought he had this one. And the defense, they were giving it to him.
Here's Moore, defended by Lillard. The kick out to Walker. The 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Rain Man. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Milwaukee has gone 4 of 6 from three-point range thus far. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Rain Man. Walker with a steal. And now the Sixers on the break. And it's good. 2 points. Walker's gotten 4 this quarter.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Milwaukee calls timeout. Reads, check. '76ers trail by 11. We've got Kelly Oubre. Joel Embiid is out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Maxey. And it's Moore in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And Oubre gets it to go.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Here's Rain Man. Kuzma outside. Pass to Rain Man. That one no good. Jones with some nice D. Philadelphia shooting around 41%. Oubre passes to Jones. Here's Moore, defended by Kuzma. And he drives in, out to Oubre. Three-pointer, no good. The Bucks leading by 8. Pass to Rain Man. 19-footer, good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's Moore. Blocked! Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Milwaukee.
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
And you also have to respect the pride they take in playing defense. They've been able to get some takeaways because of their activity level.
And then Embiid with the dunk.
The reach of Embiid with his size and wingspan, he's a real threat on the offensive glass.
Puts it up from 17. Rain Man, that's good. Rain Man's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Their success from mid-range has really set them apart today.
Maxey surveys. Pass to Oubre. Here's the three. They get it back. Jones misses. Milwaukee leading by 11. Here's Rain Man. The rebound by Maxey.
Well, the defense didn't have any impact on that shot, but somehow he still misses it.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his second.
And we've seen some good free throw shooting in the second half.
Well, Grant, in terms of scheduling, you see any way to eliminate back-to-backs?
You know, I'm not a big fan of eliminating back-to-backs, but to answer your question, BA, you have two choices. Either fewer regular season games or extend the season by a few weeks. I don't think either one of those options is in our future. Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change and change soon.
And coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense. Shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. He wants his team to be careful with the ball. He's not happy with the amount of turnovers they've coughed up so far. He believes if they focus on being more patient on offense, that will help cut down on the giveaways. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Walker, he's checked in for the Sixers. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Maxey with it. He's picked up by Lillard. And it's Maxey missing. Here's Rain Man on the take. It's rebounded by Moore. 76ers trail by 10. And here is Maxey. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
Maxey showing off the handles.
Timeout called. Milwaukee.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think coach sees something here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to get your group together and make sure everyone is on the same page.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game.
Yeah, and this game really has his fingerprints all over it. He's been dominating and making it look effortless. It's always fun to watch someone just flat out take over like he's done here today.
I'm telling you, the added pressure of the road really brings out the best in him. You can tell he enjoyed playing so well in front of an unfriendly crowd.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
Here's Rain Man. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And no good on the second free throw, so 0 for 2 there.
Don't let him shoot that.
Here's Rain Man, 6 on the shot clock. And another miss by Milwaukee.
Normally he drains that.
And Embiid has got the ball here for the 76ers. Trailing by 8.
Like what? Like, what is going on right now?
Milwaukee has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Here's Rain Man. Pure from three-point range. Rain Man's got 10 points now, just in this quarter. Lillard against Maxey. Outside Walker. Jacks up a 3. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation with the coach's challenge. Probably won't make a difference to the outcome, but they still want to review the call.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Maxey, here we go. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Here's Rain Man. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Rain Man's got 32 points in the game.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
20 feet out. Rebound by Philadelphia. And it looks like they just won't have enough left here at the end.
Yeah, they simply ran out of time and energy.
Walker pulls down the board. Here's Moore. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is...
Which pass deserves your assistance? Vote now for your top play of the week. Today, I'm passing out gratitude cards to the Kings players, and I'm thankful for all of you. Thanks for voting and sending in plays. Next week, you'll select the top play of Season 6. Oh, hey, DeMontis, I have something for you. Wait up.
Starting Five is your chance to compete with a full NBA team against another Myplayer.
Your Myplayer takes their position on the team that you select.
So you might want to find a team where your presence can improve the way that team plays.
You'll be player locked with MP, so it's all about strategy, when to let your team shine,
and the key moments when you decide to step up and become the difference maker in the game.
The games are 4 quarters and 5 minutes each. There are no substitutions. It's just your starting 5, and that's the name of the game.
Can you use the best players on your team and find a way to outsmart your opponents?
Try out Starting 5 today. You'll earn VC, XP, and rep for every game played, and it's a fun way to badge up.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's the NBA on 2K Sport. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Cunningham is out there with Brandon Miller. And it's Stewart in at center. And for the Bucks, Kyle Kuzma is out there with Antetokounmpo. And it's Rain Man. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Brown in at the center, filling out the middle. And on paper, Greg, this might seem like a potential blowout. But anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
Here's Rain Man. Floats it up for Giannis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Passes to Harris. Trying to get open is Thompson. Harris, no good. The pass to Rain. Offensive rebound. And to Antetokounmpo. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Yeah, boy, the length of Giannis to get to the miss. And then the offensive ability to do damage afterward.
Now, here is Miller. His last outing, he had 24 points. Now, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And it's Rain Man missing. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
Well, and coaches will sometimes complain about an inconsistent whistle from the refs, but credit them for the level of aggression to make things happen. Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Yeah, Kevin, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers a few minutes ago. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean we have to throw different defenders at him, maybe send them double teams too. Everything is on the table tonight. We'll see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
Thanks, David. 2 on the clock. The fadeaway. It's hauled in by Harris.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
Miller, the pass to Thompson. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's size, no doubt a huge factor, a master at getting up to block shots.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And the Bucks making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Pistons trail by 3. Here's Rain Man. It's Cunningham with the rebound. This one for 3. Holland, no good. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. So it's the Pistons now after the miss from Rainman. And the rejection by Giannis. Crimes with the bucket. 1:43 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Rain Man. And again, the Bucks miss.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Here's Ivy. Off target from outside. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Rain Man. Here's Brown. Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis will take on any defender. Nice finish that time.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last timeout.
And a lot of that was game plan. Putting guys in a position to...
Milwaukee in the lead. Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Brandon Miller out there with Cunningham. And it's Stewart in at the center position. Knocked away. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. They get the rebound. Here's Rain Man. And he makes that one. Rain Man's got the lead up to 3 now for Milwaukee.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Miller surveying the floor. To the inside. The jump hook. Excellent D there from the Rain Man. So for the Bucks, their last game a loss to the Pistons in Detroit. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And some changes here for the Bucks. Kyle Kuzma's check. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And let's not forget how terrific they've been on the offensive glass, throwing themselves on that backboard and being rewarded with additional points.
Here's Ivy. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. As the son of 2 professional athletes, Stan, Jaden Ivey was raised around sports. He knows the culture.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. His grandfather and father both played professional football. His mom played in the WNBA. She's now a college coach, but she also spent some time as an assistant with the Grizzlies. This guy has had sports from the time he was born.
Detroit's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Back to Sasser. Puts it up. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Rain Man. Rebound by the Pistons.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
The Bucks shooting 41% from the field in the second quarter up to this point. And he hits the jumper. Well, he's been waiting for that for a while. Rain Man's got 9 points.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, and when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And the rejection by Giannis. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Bucks lead by 4. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, look, even when you put a body on him, he finds ways to extend possessions.
They've got Rain Man. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Brown in at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. We see coaches stand willing to pay fines for complaining about the officiating. I'm having a hard time thinking if you ever did that. I'm going back in my Rolodex here. Did you? Did you ever do that, Coach?
I mean, Kevin, I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines in the NBA. Yeah. My wife was not real happy about that at one point, reminding me early on that we had 4 kids we were going to try to put through college. And she told me one year I just gave away 2 college educations.
Pass to Miller. Kuzma against Thompson. Back to Miller. Takes the 13-footer. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got 11 rebounds in the game.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
The defense will take...
Milwaukee, they have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
Victor Oladipo. One shot.
And it's tied up with that one.
The combination of shooting and speed Oladipo provides his team is invaluable. And his hunger to keep getting better, also impressive.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Up again. It's good on the putback. Holland's got the lead up to 2 now for the Pistons.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
For the lead. And it's Rain Man missing. Here's Grimes. Hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
No hesitation. He just takes off and takes it the distance.
Well, the best way to attack is in transition. He recognizes that.
60.
And now we take a look back to Doc Rivers talking to his team.
Most of their points are layups. Second.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. We've got Isaiah Stewart. Marcus Sasser is out there with Jaden Ivey. Then it's Asar Thompson. And it's Grimes in at the small forward. Pistons leading by 4. Rain Man passes to Lillard. Good on the 3-point shot.
A downright lethal 3-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
Here's Sasser. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
That gives them the lead. Neither team here in the 4th generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Out to the right wing. 3-pointer. Shot by Grimes. No good.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Here's Sasser. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
3 points.
Thompson's got 3 assists tonight. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Pistons?
Well, all you can ask for is you guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And another thing, guys, they've dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Back to Sasser. Back to Stewart. 5 on the clock. Here's Thompson. Tries again. It doesn't go for him. Nance with some nice D. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Here's Rain Man. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. You look at Rain Man, what a contribution.
Well, now the question is, how do you scheme this guy? Try to take the ball out of his hands? bring a second defender. I'm curious to see what they do.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Nance, and Kyle Kuzma is subbed in for Johnson. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in the tough situations. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Miller finds Cunningham. Driving in. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Pistons ball.
So it's Detroit now. It's a one-point game.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives for the big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Pass to Rain Man.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Kuzma, left side. Here's Rain Man, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
And so Miller will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Cunningham's shot is off. Kuzma against Thompson. Here's Rain Man. And yes, it's good. And now it's a 3-point Bucks lead.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
Yeah, and you can feel the pace picking up in this second half. Both teams have dialed up the intensity.
That's a 2 from Cunningham. And again, Cunningham missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Bucks.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And also, they've made it a point to push it off turnovers. That they're playing smart and alert, capitalizing on mistakes.
Floats one, and he gets the bucket. 18 points for Cade Cunningham.
Big-time points from Cunningham. Good to see him stepping up in these.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Passes it to Rain. Fades away. They get it again. Here's Giannis. It's in!
There is no question Antetokounmpo is a star in this league. This team trusts him to make the big shot.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They trail by 4. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Rain Man.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Stewart finds Cunningham, and it's off from three-point range. Here's Rain Man, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Rain Man's got the lead up to 6 now for Milwaukee. Timeout called the Pistons. They're trailing by 6. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Let's make some noise for the 4-on-4 crew.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Cunningham's shot is off, and he commits the intentional foul.
It's personal foul. Second team.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. 19 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
Here's Rain Man, and that one swishes right in.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
My brother always played basketball games. He always played 2K. And it always was around me. And sometimes I used to get on the game and play with him. Man, let's come out, let's hoop, man. Let's go hoop, man. What y'all want to do? Basketball is a lifesaver for me. Always was. Good steal, good steal. Come on.
The Memphis players making their way through. Now let's take a look at the Bucks' opening lineup. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Damian Lillard, and it's Brown in at the 5. And for the Grizzlies, manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Jaren Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the 3. Well, Grant, I hope you're as fired up for this one as I am. Some of the league's most exciting talent on the floor.
Oh, my, man. I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's going to be no shortage of highlights.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
The boundless athleticism Morant has is really special. He's someone that is always in attack mode.
And Morant drops them both.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
And it's Lillard with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. They're getting their first look of the season at the Grizzlies in this one.
And with this matchup being East versus West, this is the first of only 2 meetings between these teams.
And, you know, there's always a bit of a filling out process in that first game between opponents. A lot different than when you've played a team you're familiar with.
Here's Payne. And he can't bank that one in. Here's Milwaukee. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
And in that game, they owned the glass. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Plenty of heart and hustle in that regard. I mean, they made sure to hit the glass hard and often.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close. I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Payne, the pass to Wells. The three-pointer off the mark. The Bucks have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Well, Clark, we all continue to be amazed by Giannis. What do you like most about his game?
I just think his passion and energy and relentless effort, he gives it to you every time he steps between the line. You get the sense he's not taking any plays off, and he's trying his very best, and that's an endearing quality and something I've really admired about his game throughout his career.
And here are the Grizzlies now, after the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. Here's Morant. It's deflected. Throws it up high. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Jackson. Here's Wells from 6 feet away. No good. A bit long that time.
1 of 5 to start the game. They have to slow down and just play their brand of basketball.
Rain Man. That's good. Rain Man's got 9 points.
Making a statement here early, going right to the rack. I love it.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
Now here's Morant. His last outing, he had 18 points. Three-pointer. Wells misses.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Taylor Jenkins. We discussed the elephant in the room, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Coach said we'll look to build the wall as best we can, but Giannis gets better at beating it every year. All I'm really asking from my guys is their best effort against him. These are reasonable expectations from a coach for his squad.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Rain Man. The rebound by Edey.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
And the dunk by Jackson.
And just a forceful play by Jackson, clearing the glass and muscling his way to his own shot.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty...
Here's Morant. On the court right now for the Bucks. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's out there with Keldon Johnson. And it's Oladipo in at the 2. Here's Rain Man. A 29-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
With 3 steals in the night, he helped them in a big way.
It's rebounded by Memphis. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
There was just no sense of urgency to hit the offensive glass. They have to be disappointed in the lack of second chance points.
Yeah, I agree. Hard to win games when every offensive possession is one shot, then a jog back the other way to play defense.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in. Here's Rain Man. 9 points in the game, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at San Antonio, they've risen to 3rd in the latest power rankings, playing well as of late.
When I look at Milwaukee, they're doing more than what people expected, and that's because they're getting solid contributions from some unlikely sources.
Jaren Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Rejected by Antetokounmpo.
Beyond his wingspan, Giannis's timing is what makes him a special shot blocker.
Pass to Rain Man, looking to get it going. He's off on that one. Good D by Clark.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Wells. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers. I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And Morant gets it to go.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Ooh, had a nice open look right there. Rain Man's got 4 points now in the quarter.
A very high percentage look when the D is nowhere to be seen.
And here's Morant outside. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds in the game. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. All right, here's a look at the schedule for the Memphis Grizzlies. On Friday, they'll be taking on Chris Middleton and the Washington Wizards. And then Monday, they'll be matching up with Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics.
And you know, for that matchup with the Nuggets, it's one that should be a fun contest. The way they stack up against each other makes for good basketball.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey guys, Rain Man in their last game against the Pistons had a huge game. He picked up 29 points, and talk about a two-way player. He was phenomenal at both ends, and his effort helped end their losing streak. He'll be looking to inspire them with another win tonight.
Great work. Thanks for that. And there's always the chance of a carryover effect into tonight's game.
I wouldn't put it past him, but it's tough to have back-to-back performances like that.
No, you can't bet against a guy like that. He looks like he's in a groove, focused, on top of his game. No reason that he can't keep it going.
Shut out from beyond the arc in the first quarter. He's now got 2 for the game.
Antetokounmpo outside. Here's Rain Man. Memphis with a rebound. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Rain Man. Tries again. A big-time flush by Giannis.
Boy, that stick-to-itiveness, not to give up on that play. Giannis never giving in or giving up.
There's 1:34 left to play in the first half of basketball. Timeout call, Memphis. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And so it's Memphis with it. 8-point game. It's off to Washington after this one, where they will face the Wizards. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Wells in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. It's stolen. Left side Bane, outside Morant. Yes! A Morant 3!
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Here's Rain Man. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
Jackson on the wing. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball is called on the floor.
And Milwaukee has possession. Count it.
And even if he isn't the biggest, strongest guy out there, Bane can still do damage inside.
And stolen by Morant. It's a one-on-one situation. The 3 from Bane. Good. And the setup by Morant. Bane's got 7 points in the game.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Here's Rain Man, guarded by Bane. Pass to Kuzma. Here's Rain Man. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Desmond Bane.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Jackson is checked in. Grant, Kyle Kuzma is an instinctual scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
When asked about Desmond Bane, Coach Taylor Jenkins said he's grown into a leadership role. Guys look to him because he sets an example. Bane said experience is the best teacher. Being in this league for several years, you start to find your voice and your confidence in things you know and say.
All right, Allie, thanks. Rain Man, that's good.
Giannis's teammates know he's selfless. He's going to get the ball to the open guy, and it's on you to find your shot.
Grizzlies trail by 5. Bane, the pass to Morant. Morant drawing the double team. Here's Bane. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Timeout called. Milwaukee.
And they did a good job taking care of the ball, too. They were among the top 10 in fewest team turnovers. They didn't lose their focus too often.
And yeah, they love to get out in the open floor. That's what this roster was constructed to do. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Pass to Rain Man. Back to Lillard. Let's watch Dame here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Brown. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Brown's gotten his second bucket.
Activity on the glass. That's a possession that could have gotten away from them.
And here's Bane. Launches a 3. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got his third assist of the night.
You got to D-up Bane from the corner, or else he'll bury those shots in bunches.
Here's Rain Man. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edey's got 4 rebounds now. The ball's knocked loose. Right wing. The open shot, Morant. And the Grizzlies get another bucket right there.
Yeah, we're seeing Morant get more and more comfortable operating off the ball.
The dive for the ball, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Kuzma.
No need.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 6. So on the floor for Milwaukee, we've got Keldon Johnson, and it's Nance in at the 4.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Milwaukee has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Three-pointer. They get it back. Here's Nance. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. They'll pin that one on Julius Randle.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Here's Morant. To the inside. Wells got a hand on it. Here's Rain Man. Looking to end this cold spell. The kick out to Johnson. Here's Rain Man. Offline with a 3.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit 1 from range in the first half, but nothing since.
The floater. Morant, the pass to Portis. Randle, left side. Shot clock at 5. Here's Edey. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game.
They are just owning the boards right now.
That's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass. 1 triple for him in the first half. Now he's hit another.
Grizzlies trail by 9. Over to the wing. Here's Wells. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got assist number 5 here tonight.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there. You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
The way Morant sets up his teammates is as good as any guard in this league.
Out of bounds, it'll be Memphis' ball.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Kuzma's checked in for Nance. Randall against Johnson to take the lead. And another 3 for Memphis.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And the Bucks call time here.
Yeah, he's hurting the team. Taking low percentage shots, failing to make the next pass.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Here's Rain Man. And again, it's the Bucks missing.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Randall, the pass to Morant. Here's Portis. Rebounded by Kuzma.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Here's Rain Man. Counted from distance. Rain Man's got 24 points. Tremendous momentum building toward those final possessions.
Yeah, with 8 lead changes so far, it feels like this is going to come down to the last shot.
All right, time for an injury report. And now Allie LaForce has an update for us on Desmond Bane. What do you have, Allie?
I have a status report from Memphis's head athletic trainer, and I was told the source of discomfort right now is a pinched nerve in the back. Adversity hitting this team early, but that will create opportunities for others to step into new roles. It'll be interesting to see how these changes come together, Brian.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling. Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Desmond Bane comes in for Portis. The Bucks also with a sub. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Johnson. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there. .119 left to play in the fourth. Here's Rain Man. From outside, off the mark. And here's Memphis. They're on a 12-3 run. Pass to Bane. Let's go with a 3. Good. And the setup by Morant. Bane's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
The 3 is up. Memphis with a rebound.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
He's got the gene. Bane looking steady in crunch time. It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
The Grizzlies on offense. Morant with it. He's picked up by Lillard. It's stolen by Kuzma.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Morant surveying the floor. Pass to Bain. So Memphis wins it. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson.